before we continue this trip out here on my next camping trip, I'm going to show you me replacing the breakaway cable for the trailer brakes. Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. That's a little piece of Heaven Farm / RV Adventures. Today, while I'm at home base, I'm going to replace the breakaway cable to the brake system of the RV over there. I'll show you what the old one looks like. It's all kind of tore up a little bit, so I'm going to have to get that replaced. You can see right there, somehow that got tore up. This cable here is not long enough to fit where it should be fitting in the bed of the truck. I had to wrap it around the pin box, I guess you call it. So we're going to go ahead and get this removed, install the new one. Alright, out with the old, in with the new. Alright, there you go. New and installed. They say this reaches 6 feet, so that should be plenty of room. Plenty of pull. Alright. Now we'll get this RV all loaded up for our next trip here. And on this run here, we're going to be heading out to Klamath Falls. I guess there's a miniature train place out there we go and visit. I guess you could ride on it, so we're going to check that place out. So anyway, we'll get this thing up, all loaded up, and then I'll go ahead and back the truck up there, and I'll show you how I have this connected to the truck. Okay, got the truck hooked up. Now I guess the next question is, do we hook it to here, or is it hooked up towards the front somewhere? I notice that everybody seems to hook it to here. So that's what I'm going to do. Just like that. Of course, you got to be careful how you store things in the bed of your truck so it doesn't interfere. Well, anyway, that'll do. All right, got that taken care of. Now we'll continue on to our trip out to Klamath Falls.
see a one.
One.
Not one boat.
It's kind of weird. I don't see any boats out there. I want that snowy mountain.
Yeah. But yeah. Not one darn boat. This big massive lake. Why? Why there's no boats?
Maybe out there fishing or water skiing.
Yeah. You got seabirds out there, you got cranes and stuff, so there's got to be something for them to eat. And seagulls. So,
Here we are at Train Mountain. We have a walking tour or a train tour, which you get to ride on a train. Little turntable here for the trains.
Is it making you want to build a train, honey?
It kind of makes you want to have a little train system out in our so-called back 40.
Oh, the whole 10 acres, why not?
And so this was a very big part of the whole get-go. We are in the Guinness Book World Records for the largest miniature hobby railroad in the world. We got 37 miles of track on 2,300 acres, right? 4 miles by mile. This is a bucket list destination for people in this hobby. People in this hobby worldwide know where Train Mountain is, even though they've never heard of Chilliwack, right? So that once every 3 years, we have the biggest event called the Triennial, where we'll have close to 400 trains here at the same time. So at least once every 3 years, every single bit of spare track will be occupied. Now with all that track, we've got something like 1,000 switches. You all know what a switch is, right? We can go one way or another. Just like these are 3-way switches leading off of the turntable. Most of our switches are manual. We've got an area where it's all computer controlled, just like a real train. I've got 2 routes that I can choose from, each with its selector button and the lights. Now, we're on mainline track right now, and that's where we want to stay. The 2 lights, top lights for mainline, so we're good. We don't have to do anything, but just to demonstrate. Say I want to take the alternate route, I'll hit the button, the light changes, the computer will command that the switch gets realigned. Now it's going to show lunar white, a color that's only used on a track going into a yard at reduced speed. Well, we know we don't want that. We want to highball down the main. So I'll reselect main, the computer gets that switch reset and shows the green light at the top, and we'll be able to go. I stuttered. Go get them.
Yeah. That sounds like.
When people bring their trains here, this is where they unload them and get them onto our tracks. They've got what's called a transverse lift table. It goes up and down and left and right. Everything you need to get the trains off your rig and onto our tracks. Now, just like the elevated bits around the turntable, you notice you step down into what we call the steaming bay. Much easier to work on your train, especially the steam engine guys, which presented at workbench height. So that's what that's all about. Now, we're a one-way railroad. We don't need to worry about head-on collisions, most everywhere. So when you get your train ready to go, you back up over here to the left, throw the switch, and get in front of this orange cone right here, onto that track there, and that will join onto the whole network up ahead of us. Now I'm going to pull forward, and the next stop will be, we're going to have 5 different routes to choose from at what's called Grand Junction, where you begin to disperse away from the whole community, the whole central station area. With 37 miles of track, believe me, we got all sorts of ways to go, but this is where we begin to break away from just being in this built-up area. You get traded on a curve here.
Sleeping already?
past the junction box there, and then we took a right. When we did, we left the Train Mountains tracks, and we entered onto the Klamath and Westerns tracks. Train Mountain's 39 years old right now. This is an 18-acre railroad that's about 8 years older than Train Mountain, and it inspired the man that built Train Mountain itself. Here, they still give train rides to the public on Saturdays. We give educational rail tours the rest of the time next door. Educational part, the place was built as a private club, but when our founder died, we had to pay off some IRS shenanigans. And it was when we opened up our doors at that point to the public as a 501c3 educational museum, which is why you're stuck listening to me rather than just enjoying a nice train ride. I try and keep you light. Okay, here is where you would come. You park in the next driveway over from the one you entered in today. Walk down here, and we have a little hot dog stand there, gift store and everything, and you would board your train here at this point. You can see that they're more set up for flowing a lot of people. Over there, we're still showing that we were never really intended to flow a whole bunch of people, and we're learning better how to do that. Yeah. Okay, we're all set? Okay. Next stop, I'll point out where the pumpkin patch itself is. Much better. You see the little panel on top of this car right here? It's a small solar panel that powers a GPS transponder. We've got a thing called Train Game. Simplest way I can describe it is you go online to our website and go to the landing page and you go to Train Game, push on a button, and up will come a diagram of the track layout. And wherever any of the participating cars are on that, it shows an icon. Click on the icon and up will come a picture of this car, and it'll say, okay, it's a Ryobi siding right now, and if you move it from there to the Central Station siding, you'll get $200 in Train Game dollars. Monopoly money, it doesn't have any meaning. So it mixes a computer game with you actually have to hitch up the car and drop it off at the other location. Good for getting younger people involved with the hobby, and for any of us to learn how to navigate this place. Because if I have to learn how to get it from this one to the other one it's asking for, I've got to figure out how to get there. Some people that come here love to play this game, maybe more than socializing, and they'll play this game from dawn to dusk. And the competition for the winning points is just ridiculous, even though it's just bragging rights for winning. Yeah. Anyway, about the pumpkin patch, this whole field from the grain elevator over to where you see a couple benches, we mow it and turn it into a pumpkin patch.
Weyerhaeuser snowplow. They keep the tracks clear of snow during the winter. This was built in Klamath Falls. I'm inside the Weyerhaeuser snowplow. Kind of crazy. There you go. Weyerhaeuser snowplow. Look at all these old cars. And that one there's a snowplow, a rotary snowplow. And there's another snowplow down there. Pretty cool. It's a Southern Pacific rotary snowplow. Yeah, you definitely don't want to get in front of that. This one here is the inside of the rotary snowplow. You ever watch your stepper in here, that's quite a drop. And that pretty cool. It's kind of interesting how things were done back in the day and how they were built. We got some pictures of it in action. Look at that. There's a good picture of it right there in action. Here's another snow plow. Well, actually, they call this some kind of spreader. Looks like you're allowed to go inside this one. You got some stairs here. They say if you have stairs, you can go inside. So I'm gonna take advantage of that. Just be careful where you walk. You know, a picnic table way out here. I think they should have a couple more tied to a concrete block.
I don't like these big cracks in the road.
No. Well, here we are, finally off on our trail ride. We went to the first spot and it was in town. Boy, that was really sketchy.
Yeah.
There's a lot of homeless people, tents living around, drug addicts, alcoholics. And in the park area, it did not look like it was very cleaned, overgrown. Yeah. So we went to the second trailhead and it was better. I mean, they had a much better sign, brand new, wasn't faded like the first trailhead. Looked like it was more well kept up. But we decided to go to the third trailhead, which was way better. There was more people out here on their bikes, jogging, walking. Yeah, you're out in the country. You see these farmers watering their fields. And plus this trailhead has a bathroom and a picnic table. So, a lot nicer. So here we go. Not sure how many miles we'll get out here, but we started in town. I believe it came out to be like 7-point-something miles before you hit the dirt and gravel path, and this whole
4.5 miles.
the whole path is over 100 miles long. It's an old railroad. So, yep. It's a nice sunny day. Warm. I believe the truck said it was 82 out here. So, alrighty. Just sit back and enjoy the scenery. Where are we supposed to go? That looks like this is the end of the pave. I'm not going to worry about doing that train thing. I'm going to see if I get in the camera. One of those snow plows, railroad. I'm not sure who owned this one, but if it's it kind of looks like the one we saw at Train Mountain earlier. If so, it's probably a warehouser. Pretty cool. Well, the trail ends right here, so we gotta turn around. So that was only 2 miles. 2 miles. Well, we're back from our bike ride from that trail. They say that's about a little over 100 miles long, but the paved section is a little over 7 miles. But we didn't do the whole 7-mile section. Starts in the middle of the town there, and
Yeah,
we went
that's
there.
kind of sketchy.
Yeah, went there first, thinking that we could do the whole 7-mile stretch. The little parking area, not very well maintained, and had a lot of homeless people camping around. And there's a little sketchy van sitting out there. So we moved on to the second trailhead, and it was a little bit better. I mean, the signage they had looked like it was brand new.
Yeah.
Like the one in downtown looked like it was very old, faded, not well maintained at all.
Yeah, didn't want to leave the truck there by itself.
But the second spot was a little bit better, but we decided to go ahead and move further on down to the third trailhead, and that was way better.
Yeah.
Well maintained. It actually had bathrooms there.
Yeah, there was more activity.
A little more activity. People actually using it, riding their bikes, jogging, walking. And there's a picnic table out there too, if you wanted to. If you can have a little picnic.
The trail had potential.
Yeah.
They didn't maintain the paved section.
Yeah.
You'll see that in the video.
Yeah, they had tracks going across the trail every
And I
2
have
feet.
kidney issues. And on a trike, you feel those craters a lot more than we do on a two-wheel bike.
Yeah.
And by the time we got to the end to where we would have to cross over the road to get to the dirt trail.
Yeah, it turns into a dirt and gravel trail from there.
Yeah. My kidneys were just beating the crap out of me. And it's like, Farron's time to turn around, let's go. And I didn't pedal. I hit my top speed is 12 miles an hour on that little kid's trike. Because a normal trike is too big for me. But anyway, I just down the trail as fast as I could, hitting these bumps, and by the time we got to the truck, I was in so much pain. But yeah, it has potential. They just need to maintain it. They need to either patch those little craters a lot more than what they did.
Yeah.
Then it would be really nice to bike ride around there. It was really nice scenery, farm scenery. It was very, very pleasant. We talked to a bunch of cows on the way out. And, yeah. I mean, there was all kinds of birds and things that you could see. And
Yep.
it was really nice and peaceful. It was really pretty.
Yeah. I'm not sure why those cracks are like every 10 to 15 feet apart.
Yeah.
It's kind of weird. Well, anyway, and before we went there, like the previous day, we went to Train Mountain.
That was fun.
That was fun. Get to ride on a miniature train. Took us around, I think it was like a 35 minute ride through the park. You didn't see it all. I mean, they have like over 38 miles of track.
Yeah.
I mean, he didn't take us on all of it. He just took us on one little loop there. And that was kind of interesting.
So if you had your own train,
Yeah.
you could bring it there. They would put it on their tracks, and you could just ride it.
Yeah.
But you have to be a member. So you got to join
The Train Mountain.
the Train Mountain membership. Which, why not? They got campground there, and you bring your rig and your train and have fun.
Yeah.
38 miles of train track all over the place. And how many acres did they say they had?
I have no idea. I forgot. I don't remember. But
I want to say it was at least 100.
yeah.
It was big.
Yeah, they got this one spur that goes, it would take you, what was it, 5 hours?
Yeah,
5
5-hour
round trip.
And
They must have a turntable at the end of it or something, because you go up and then you come right back down. I don't think it looped. Maybe it did
I
loop.
don't know. I didn't look at the map
I
very
have a
well.
map of it. I'll put the map here and you can take a look at it. So, yeah, I'd recommend going there.
Yeah, that was fun.
Yeah, if we're in the area again, we'll probably go there again. They it's open to the public Monday through Friday,
It's free.
and it's free.
They do ask for donations. You know that they're all volunteers. It's a club, but they opened up the land for people to come and visit, and if you don't do donations, but you can buy merch. They have merch, so that helps keep the train tracks going, and for them to buy supplies and things like that they need. And it's very well maintained. There's some old trains that they have laying around.
Yeah, but snow plows,
all kinds of neat things. Not your everyday snow plows you see on the roads. These are for mountains and for trains, and
yeah, the one
they're very interesting.
The one that I thought I liked pretty good was that rotary snow plow.
Oh yeah, that thing looked huge.
Yeah, I wouldn't want to get in front of that one.
Yeah, right.
Chew you up and spit you out.
Mm-hmm.
So that's pretty good. Well, anyway, the Klamath Falls RV Resort that we stayed at.
Not worth the money.
I wouldn't necessarily call it a resort.
Not worth the money.
Yeah, they have weeds growing all over the place, and some of it about as tall as her. I mean, and the grass, majority of the grass was dead.
Yeah.
And I think majority of their trees they had there were dead.
Yeah. They didn't, it's a newer park.
Mm-hmm.
It's a few years old, but
not very well maintained at all.
They need to redo the management and the groundkeepers. The landscape people that they need to fire them.
Yeah.
And hire a new crew. Seriously. The sprinklers, they have them on timers, the ones that actually did work, but they would come on during the day, the heat of the day.
Yeah. So you could be out there on your picnic table having lunch or something, and the sprinklers will come on.
Yeah. So it's like, you know...
Yeah, they need to get rid of that landscaping company they got, because we saw them come in there one day and they were there for a couple hours. We saw them dig a couple holes, and then they left. Instead of having the crew coming out and pull all these weeds out of their landscaping area.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, where all their bark is, they have little bushes in.
To reflush.
That plastic underneath that bark is showing. So, and they have weeds popping up everywhere.
Yeah.
They need to clean that up.
Yeah, they need to revamp the whole situation. Mm-hmm. They need new management. The people that they had there running it, not knocking a lot of young people, but they were young, and most of the time they were up front, outside, smoking cigarettes, just hanging out, doing nothing. And it's like, come on, the park needs help. Even if the landscapers aren't doing their job, you can go in there and pull some darn weeds, make it look presentable.
Yeah, and they do have like a basketball court out there, tennis court, pickleball court, whatever you want to call it.
And
I'm sure you can play both ways.
But some of the sites...
They have the campsites there where people are back in their campers right up into the playground.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I could see a basketball come bouncing through your campsite right through your camper's window.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not sure why they put it there, why they made it so tight like that.
Yeah.
But
we don't really like to give bad reviews, but
no,
it's an honest review.
Yeah.
Would we stay there again in a pinch? Maybe.
The park did not fill up. Like normally we say at these parks, we show up on Wednesday or Thursday. It's usually Friday. It fills up completely because you get the weekenders show up.
Yeah.
But this one here did not.
And if you go on this one's website and see the pictures.
Yeah, the pictures are not accurate.
No. it doesn't do. I wish that it was like the pictures. Maybe they took it from day one,
Yeah, when it was all said and done.
but now it's sad. It has great potential.
Yeah.
To become a great RV park. It's not a resort. They don't even have a swimming pool.
Mm-hmm.
They had a hot tub, right? And it wasn't open.
Well, we never did go there and look at it, but based on other people's reviews, the hot tub never was
Working.
working. So they do have showers, bathrooms and showers you could use up there.
Yeah.
Suppose they have a laundromat, but we never went to the main building. They only have one building out there, and supposedly there's a laundromat, a rec room in there and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
But
we never checked it out.
yeah, the size of that building, it can't be that big or that great.
But in a pinch, we'll probably would stay there again.
I mean, do have Loves across the street, so you can fill up before you leave.
When you go down, when you're leaving, there is a Loves, and that's, I mean, the dog park there at Loves looked really amazing.
Yeah, better than.
It had actually green grass.
Yeah.
Yeah. So.
Yeah. Well, anyway, we wouldn't recommend staying there. Not for the cost.
Yeah.
What they want.
Was it like 60?
Well, it's like $75 a night, but we had the Good Sam discount, so that knocked it down into the 60s.
Yeah.
So, yeah, even at that, it still wasn't really worth it.
Mm-mm.
When you go to a place that call themselves a resort,
Yeah.
it should have green grass, nice trees, shouldn't have weeds everywhere, and no landscaping.
Look
like a resort.
Yeah, and have a swimming pool, have activities.
Mm-hmm.
That's what a resort does. It has activities. Have things to do if you have children. Little events. This had nothing.
Yeah.
Nothing. And, I mean, well, it did have one attraction, the Viking guy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And some guy walking down the road dressed up like, he tried to dress up like a Viking.
Yeah.
He had a little horn thing that I don't know what he had in it.
We don't know if he was on something or what, but yeah, he would make his rounds daily.
Yeah. He even came up to me saying that, he even told me he was a Viking and he was here to protect us. Okay.
Yeah. So
okay.
that was our cheap entertainment, but yeah.
Anyway, if we had to, we would stay there for a night to get to our next destination. Yeah. But I would definitely not plan to go there.
No.
I would.
If you want to use it for a one night stop, it'd be perfect. You come in, sleep, get up, and leave.
Yeah, and we didn't know a few people. Well, that's all they did. Rolled in and stayed for a night, and then left the next day.
Yeah, a couple Class A's would come in and they would stay the night and then leave.
They might have had reservations for a few nights and said, "Heck with this place."
Yeah, could have. Don't know, but yeah.
Anyway, we're gonna be packing up here soon and heading on out. Head back to home base for about a week. I got to get some firewood chopped up for our place for the winter. And then our next trip, we'll be heading south down to Sutherland.
I go to another favorite place. It's the drive-in.
Yeah, it's KOA Sutherland has a drive-in where you sit outside in front of the screen there and watch movies. I think they only have movies Thursday night, Friday night, and Saturday night, and Sunday night.
Yeah.
I think. Something like that. So, yeah. So we're going to stay there for a while. And you're only like 45 minutes away from the coast, so we might take a trip out to the coast.
Yeah, because it's supposed to be blazing hot.
Yeah. That's what it's forecast, but it's early, A week and a half from now is when that could change. So we'll see. Anyway, thanks for stopping by and checking out our video here and our adventures. And we'll catch you guys on the next RV adventures. Bye.
See ya. Love you guys.